Hey, what's up, y'all? I decided to get on here real quick. I know it's been a minute, but I'm gonna start hitting y'all with more videos. But I need y'all's opinion on this Nolan Wells disappearance. Honest answers. I kind of want to know what everybody think about this because I was having this conversation with a good friend of mine, and you know, obviously everybody wants to point to race as a factor. I mean, a lot of things could happen. And everything isn't race driven. Um, I mean, I know a lot of blacks, whites, and others that hang around more people than just their race. Could just be one white guy hanging around a bunch of black dudes, one black dude hanging around a bunch of white dudes, one Hispanic hanging around a bunch of black dudes. I mean, if you're friends, things happen. I mean, people do make mistakes though. Um, which I do think something did happen with him, whether he got into a fight out there, could have got knocked out, somebody, and they might have just, left him. But I don't think his actual friends did that. I mean, and that's my opinion. I do believe that he probably left his phone because if you see where the boat was docked at, um, you would have to swim, and nobody's swimming with their phone. So it's not out of the ordinary for someone to leave their phone on a boat when they have to swim to an island. And most teenagers aren't, especially teenage boys, they aren't carrying around those waterproof cases as people was talking about, with waterproof bags, you know. But I do think that argument on that island, I think that probably has something to do what could have happened to him, whether he got into a fight with someone after it was over. Somebody could have knocked him out, left him in the water, and just moved on, because it can happen just like that. You know, I don't think the cover up is as crazy with his friends as people might think. And I could be wrong. That's why I'm asking you guys' opinion. And an opinion is an opinion. We all don't know, so we're just giving our opinions. I could be wrong, probably am wrong, but that's just my opinion. That's just my take. Everything doesn't have to be a race thing, because if he's hanging around these kids for this long, obviously they had to have been good friends. Anyway, sometimes we can't make everything out of a race, or out of, okay, this happened because he's black. Yeah, it's weird that these kids left their friend out there, but maybe it's not out of the ordinary. And they're saying that he went with some other friends. Where are those other friends that he said he was going to go hang out with? Why haven't they gotten interviewed? Why haven't anybody brought that up? If he stayed back to hang with some other friends, that should actually be, somewhere documented, or somebody should be coming forward saying, yeah, he hung out with us, or, or it could be a good old cover up. Not with his friends though. I think something happened on that island after his friends left. Whether he was arguing with his friends and they was like, you know what, screw it, we're rolling, we're gonna leave you here if that's what you want to do, or whether he actually said that he wants to stay and hang back, and then he got into some shit, or drown, or whatever. I mean, because if he got into a fight, obviously we'd know that by now, because to get into a fight, even if you get knocked out, you can have some bruising on you. You're gonna be beat up to get into a fight. So that hasn't even came to surface yet, whether he was into a fight or anything. Maybe it was just a simple drowning. Maybe he got too drunk out there and drowned. Or maybe somebody drowned him out there. It can happen like that. I just want you guys' opinion on this, and let me know what y'all think. Tune into the conversation. I'll be coming with more very soon.